Hey guys, good morning. I'm going to do a quick video lesson here on waiting for confirmations, and we've been talking quite a lot this week about a right time and a wrong time to wait for confirmations, and Moses and I were both sort of talking through a couple of days ago now, I suppose it is, about how we view different setups as to sometimes waiting for confirmation and sometimes just taking the trade. And we were kind of saying how when you've got a nice daily level like this on Facebook, and if it comes straight up into it, none of this stuff, if the price action comes straight up into it, how that's a time when you can just take the trade. But when it comes up in waves and bands and stuff, sometimes it's better to sit back and wait for that confirmation, because especially when you know something's being quite trappy. Yes, you know, the previous day Facebook was very trappy, trap and squeeze. So knowing how it had traded the previous day, it's, you could take it here, don't get me wrong, you could take it, but it's always kind of good to wait for a bit of confirmation when you know something's been a bit fakey. So first thing obviously you need to do is make sure you've got your daily levels marked up. So if you look, that this is the previous day for Facebook, so we've got the high of day, the low of day, and a level here that might come into play, you know, during the day that's in the middle of this candle. So they're the basic levels marked up. And then what I also do is I also just scroll a little bit and I look for anything that might be an important level through the day. So I get your cursor and walk through, and so we can see we've got a peak there intraday. So I would also put in a line there, and we'll change that one. Change that one to a little pink line and go. That's what the colour I use. I know Pat uses pink for purple for pre-market, but I'm going to put that in there. Okay, that looks like a nice important level. Anything else? I'm not going to use that. I'll keep an eye on that area maybe, but it's the whole number as well, so you could put a quick line there just to keep an eye on it. So okay, so they're the basic levels that we would be trading to. So if you had that that particular intraday line in, you just got to keep an eye on it, and this is why you don't always necessarily want to trade into something when it's not showing you signs of weakness. So in the case of Facebook yesterday, we had this run up in the morning, and it was just another case of suck people in, squeeze them out, suck people in, squeeze them out. Eventually we come into the previous day's close. Okay, here 163.79. It tags it perfectly. Pulls back, pushes back up, and it double tops here. Okay, we took Facebook here. Okay, let's get rid of this little trend line. This is where we took Facebook, if you remember. We took it on this particular tag here, on the double top off the daily number. And you know, we were saying in chat, well, it doesn't look like a very clean double top. This isn't the type of double top I would normally like. Take away the daily, the previous day's high of day, and I've not got much conviction in this trade. Worth a stab? Yeah, maybe. Worth a stab. Still got low risk, but it's not my sort of setup. It's not clean. It's not nothing. But add in the high of day from the previous day, and now we've got a setup. We've got a major piece of the puzzle there. It is a double top. It's not a clean one, but it is a retest of a level. I don't class this a beautiful double top really, but like I said, it's definitely a nice retest of a level. And you can tell by these candles, it's starting to fail. So you could take it on any of these candles around here, risking off your high of day plus a little bit of wiggle room for a candle wick. So we took Facebook there, and then we rode it down, held some. I put a stop on to just over 164, let it ride. I was actually busy around here, and I said, sod it. I missed this little wash here, so just leave it. See what it does if it comes back up and tests. And of course, obviously, we've got the Fed news there, so I stopped out for a break even. on that. I didn't take a big position on it anyway, so it is what it is. But I think the real the real lesson here comes in the backside. Okay, because waiting for confirmation on the backside was very important yesterday, because we got this huge run up in all the stocks we were watching after the Fed news about the interest rates. I know a few people sort of took trades around this time where it was really volatile and the spreads widened, and the price action was very difficult to read, and Moses and I both said, look guys, there's no edge here at the moment, just sit back, wait and wait and until the right time, until the SPY looks like it's weak, and just wait for the right time on these stocks and take them at the right time. And to be honest with you, yeah, you could have been suckered into thinking, oh, is this a lower high, is this a lower high, is this a lower high, but there was nothing. There was nothing about this really telling me that this was the right time. It was too soon after the news. It just wasn't ready. You could have had a go here on a possible lower high, but you know what? When it comes up and it's really extended, this was the only play for me. It pushes up, it breaks the 166. At this point, you see, the reason I waited for this is, if we look on the daily chart, okay, it pushes into the daily moving average 9 here. So I marked up this here. I had it marked up like so. Daily moving average 9. You see that? Okay. It passed through its daily moving average 200 here. Okay, now once it was over its moving average 200, it was like, geez, this is strong. So I just thought I'll give it up until the moving average 9, with the moving average 20 just over the top of it. Okay, and I'll take a stab if we get a setup. So that for me was waiting for confirmation. These kind of were, but they weren't. It was just still too volatile. Facebook was being a prick in general anyway, so I wasn't desperate to trade it. There was better trades on Apple, the SPY, Nvidia maybe. So this was being a prick. It was just the fact that I saw Facebook come up into this moving average 9 here, and it tagged the line I had to the penny, okay, and it gave a little tweezer top, and then it gave this beautiful little lower high here. So I hit Facebook there, just on the break of the 166, just there, with I think 700 shares, and played it down and took off most here. I didn't take them all the way down, each candle was a wash candle, so I was basically covering a couple of hundred shares toward the bottom of each candle, a couple of hundred on this candle, couple of hundred this candle, couple of hundred this candle, covered some more there, left some to ride into the 9 to see if we get a rejection on the moving average 9, breaks the 9 into the 50, cover my last 150 somewhere around there. It was a nice trade, but the point of this is it was a case of waiting. I just knew how fakey Facebook had been. The damn thing was being a prick before the Fed speak. It was just looking like it wanted higher. So with the catalyst of a Fed speak, with the interest news as well, I just felt that Facebook for some reason wanted to really run and push. So it's about adding up as many pieces to the puzzle as you can. So we have the moving average 9 there, as I say, and then I take it when it breaks back through the 166. That's why I took Facebook. Let's have a look at the SPY, because I think this was very interesting, and this is very important to understand. Let's go to the Fed. Okay. News here, pushes up, and then I know a few of you traded this, and I was openly quite angry that you traded it. I know there's a few of you took options in this volatility here, and I did tell you I wasn't happy about that you've done it. I was kind of glad you were green and not red on their trades, but I didn't want you trading this. It's so unpredictable, it's so volatile. Anything could happen. It could come down here, the algorithms could pick up on something bad, something else could be said, and it could dump out so fucking quick. I don't want you trading this sort of price action, guys. Okay, and then it starts to top off, and there's an opportunity to take something here as it starts to put in some lower highs, but then it pushes again. And we said just wait. There's no edge, you know. Moses, I once again said, come on, guys, do not fucking trade this shit. Sit back, wait. There will be an opportunity, and again, there was an opportunity. Why? Well, why? Let's have a look. Okay. Let's have a look. What did the SPY do? It came into the previous day's open at 283.53. Okay. Wait for daily levels, guys. Okay. How many times do I have to say this every day? If you're more selective with your trading and you wait for daily levels and you only take trades that correlate with daily levels, and I said this to all of you yesterday, if you're gonna, because I know a few of you are getting faked out on a lot of lower highs and higher lows, and I keep saying, if it's happening to you and you're getting faked out, then you need to correlate. You need to correlate your lower highs and your higher lows with daily levels, and you'll have more success. Because when something rejects a daily level and then gives you a lower high or a higher low, the chances are that that higher low, lower high will at least hold the double top, the double bottom, because it's rejected a daily level. When something stops in no man's land and gives you a higher low, lower high, yeah, you can take it, but there aren't as many pieces of the puzzle to go off. In the case of SPY, it was just a case of waiting for it to come up into a daily level. It came up into the previous day's opening price, exactly there. You see, we start to struggle. It's tired. It gives you the lower high here. You can take the lower high there and ride it. Okay. I will do a separate video lesson on proper exiting. This is just really about, I want to talk on this one just about waiting for confirmations, because again, there's no confirmation of anything in here. I know people took a stab at this, but a lot of you guys aren't ready to take stabs at stuff. When Moses says he's taking a stab, Moses knows what he's doing. He knows his risk. He knows how to handle that risk, and he knows if it goes against him, he can deal with the consequences. Okay, you guys are account builders. Okay, you're building these little accounts up. You can't afford to take stabs at stuff if you haven't got confirmation all the time, because these stabs ultimately will result in multiple losses, because your entries will be maybe late. They won't be thought through. They may be a little bit FOMO'd down there. So if you're taking a stab, I mean, Moses took a stab here, you know, because his fucking entries are spot on. He took a stab here, okay? He paid himself there. It comes back up, okay? It's a green trade for Moses. A lot of people would have taken a stab down here and then taking it off up here for a red trade. So you've got to, I don't want you guys taking stabs on stuff like this. Okay, you're building these accounts up. You need to wait for confirmations when nothing's clear. Wait for daily levels and take your trades off, based off daily levels, and you'll have a lot more success. Okay, a lot more success. I want to look at Apple. Again, Apple was a difficult read yesterday. There was nothing clean about Apple. Okay, it wasn't the nicest yesterday. But again, there's two opportunities with Apple. Okay, two opportunities. So we had a daily level marked up here. Okay, so if you're looking at Apple earlier in the morning, okay, it does give you a little lower high, subtle lower high here. At least it's off a daily level. Okay, but it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best setup. However, in the afternoon, it did give you the perfect setup. Okay, it did break its daily level, but if you, it's a bit messy. There was another daily level around here at 189.50, and I didn't mark it up, but there was something on the chart that I had marked up actually around, might not have been to the penny, but we have got the half number here. Okay, 189.50 to the penny. Okay, failed to make its 200 moving average, and what it did do was give you this beautiful low high here. Okay, So again, no need to get involved in all this. No need to try and take these what you would have been a little fake double top. Okay. No need to take that. Okay. It's not a fake, it's not a double top, and it's showing nothing but strength. No need to try and fight a little thing like that. Sit back, sit on your hands, wait for confirmation. Comes up into the $1/2. Okay. Comes up in, I think there was something there. I'd have to check it, but either way, it fails the 189.50 to the penny. It pulls and then it pushes back again. It fails here. You've got a lovely confirmation here, a nice confirmation candle followed by a red candle there. Nice take of the trade there. You're risking 30 cents, 35 cents on the share, and play it all the way down. Okay, so do you see what I'm saying here, guys? Alright, when something's strong, when something's pushing, when something's ripping, when there's news, when it's driven by catalyst, don't try and fight this shit, okay? Don't try and go short here. I mean, if you're long, if you manage to get a long entry, brilliant. But don't try and fight stuff short when it's ripping like this. Wait for your confirmation on the back side, okay? Take your confirmation and then ride it as long as you can. Okay, that's really, to be honest, we could look at the video, but when the video I wasn't really watching the video during that time, and in fairness, it wasn't particularly clean, so I won't use it as an example. You could have, I mean, again, you did get a subtle lower high on the video here. Anybody that was watching it, it did provide an opportunity. It wasn't as clean. We didn't have a daily level. The problem with the video is it could have kept going because it is essentially into that gap fill area here. Once it's over this line here, 174.50, that for me was the area it needed to hold over and be over to get into its gap area. So the video wasn't something I was going to mess with, although it did give you a clear lower high. You could have took a stab at it, risking off there. But when something's into gap fill and it looks like it might want to fill the gap, you have to be very, very strict with yourself. You can't be taking shorts on stuff unless you know that you've got really, really good discipline and you're able to take a stop on it. So the video wasn't something I was watching. Apple and Facebook were certainly the cleaner and the safer of these setups. Anyway, that's all I want to talk about on this, guys. Is just, after yesterday's afternoon trading session, I know some people were trying to attack that price action a little bit too early, and there's a right time and there's a wrong time to take these trades into daily levels. And like Moses and I were saying, when something comes up nice and fast out, over the course of 20 minutes, 25 minutes, straight into a daily level like that, and it curls into that daily level, that's fine. You can take that, okay? You don't have to wait for confirmation. But when something comes up in a volatile way, okay, you need to wait for confirmation. You need that backside confirmation, because we all know, we've all seen things blast straight through daily levels and not give a shit about it. I mean, daily levels are great, but when something wants to go, it will go. And you have to understand and you have to respect that these things sometimes, with the right sentiment behind them, will just blow through every level that there is. So you need to be able to see when something's coming up and is tiring and it's ready to gravitate to it and fail, and when something looks like this is strong, this thing might rip. So when something looks like it might rip, okay, that's the time to sit back and wait for the second confirmation. Okay, wait for it to trust, come back, test, and fail. There's your confirmation. That's when you take it. Okay, so anyway, yep, I will catch you later, guys. Cheers, bye.